Let's step up to greater heights and add custom stairs and slabs to Minecraft. If you want to go deeper, the 26.x modding courses are linked down below. 30 plus hours covering complex block entities with fluid and energy handling, custom mobs, custom networking, and even custom biomes and dimensions. Everything you need for 26.x, all in one place, linked down below in the description. Alright, my friends, I'm back and tell you once more. And in this tutorial, we're going to be adding custom stairs and slabs to Minecraft, thus starting one of my favorite sub-series of these tutorials, which is the non-block blocks, as I like to call them. Starting with stairs and slabs and continuing with pressure plates, buttons, fences, fence gates, walls, doors, as well as trapdoors, all in 4 different tutorials over here. And like I said, we're starting off with the Azurite_stairs. Now there are, I would say, about 2 certain things that are important for these non-block blocks, and the rest of it is fairly trivial, all things considered. So depending on your own Java knowledge, you should be able to maybe add them yourself as well. But let's just start here with the stairs, and those are of course new stairs block here in this, actually a new stair block in this case, and its first parameter is actually the base block that it's made out of, which is the Azurite block.get.default block state. So that's the first parameter of the stairs block. Basically no way around that over here. Let's also maybe change it to the sound type of amethyst again. Correct tool for drop is fine. And let's maybe do a 3 on the strength. And then we got the Azurite slab. Notice that it is a stairs and slab is a singular. There's no real reason why you should do that, but it just makes sense so that it's like, it's just nicer, I guess. Then we have the slab block, which of course does not take in the default block state, but it actually just takes in the properties, and I think we can keep them like this. So for the registration, that's actually all we need for these 2 blocks, but oh, my sweet summer child, that is not even close to being done. We're gonna add this to the creative mode tab. That's all fine and well. Let's add them to the let's do loot tables. Now for the stairs, simple enough, it's gonna drop itself. So far so good. But hold on a minute, what about the slab? Well, let's think about this for a second. If I have 1 slab down and I destroy it, how many slabs drop? 1. Doesn't matter if I put it on the bottom or the top. But now I put 2 slabs into 1 block. How many slabs drop? Exactly, 2 of them. So we need to use the add method over here, passing in modblocks.azurite slab, and then we can use this function over here from block to something to call the create slab item table. Yeah, exactly. Passing in the block right here. I think that should work. This is also a .get right here, of course. I'm pretty sure we should be able to do, this .create slab item. I think that for the slab, this works. This doesn't work for every single item, but for some of them you can do that, which is actually pretty neat. Then block tags, of course, both of them are added to both of the, well, I mean, at least the pickaxe over here, because that's what we've defined, right? We've called the requires correct tool for drop method, so they have to be added to one of the tags right here. Absolutely no worries. And then we get to the model. Now the model, you're going to say, okay, the model is probably unbelievably complicated, super crazy. Not particularly, but there's a thing that we need to do. So basically, we can take a look at the following. Usually, well, beforehand, we did the trivial cube over here of the Azurite block. We will now remove that because what we're actually going to do is we're going to make a block model family, and that basically requires us to not use the Azurite block in, as a trivial cube, because that's going to happen on its own. So I'm going to call the block models.family, passing in modblocks.azurite_block.get, and this is already going to make a trivial cube. I think we should be able to see this here as well. Maybe not. Well, a full block of the block over here, which then generates a full model block here. It looks a little bit more complicated than it actually is, but generally speaking, it just makes a full block of this. And now here comes the kicker. Now we can call some methods. Come on. What is this? This is crazy stuff because we can simply call the stairs method, passing in modblocks.stairs.get, and then call the slab method, and then do modblocks.azurite_slab.get. Easy enough. And you can see there's a bunch of them that we can call, and just like that, we have, well, this is going to basically do everything for us. Now, this is the moment when it gets very apparent why DataGen is literally goated, because this is going to make this so much easier. I will show you I think the Is the slab one the complicated one or the stairs one? I don't even remember. I know the stairs one is like semi-complicated. The block states JSON files look actually absolutely crazy. So we'll take a look at that in a second. But first of all, let's jump to the recipes where we are actually able to do the following. We can use the stair builder over here to build something. I will talk about the builder and non-builder methods in a second because there's a very important difference over here. But let's just add this. So here, of course, the first parameter is the stairs themselves. Then we need to make an ingredient of the item to make this. In this case, it is the azurite. And then we can call the group over here. So in theory, we can actually just like do this. Do we also want an unlock by? Actually, we do. Yeah, there we go. And then that's going to be the azurite and then the azurite. Good question here. What are stairs made out of? Are they made out of the a block or they are made out of blocks, aren't they? They are made out of blocks. Okay, well, there we go. Then we're going to make them out of a block. So that's going to be an ingredient of the mod blocks, azurite block, actually. There we go. I have played Minecraft before, yes. Who's asking? Anyway, so this is the builder, which needs the same unlock by group as well as the save call. However, the slab method, as you can see, it either has the slab method or the slab builder. Now, if we use the slab method, we just have to give it the building blocks over here. So this is going to be the building blocks recipe category. Then give it the slab itself. So this is be the modblocks azurite slab.get. And then here, this would be, modblocks.azurite block. Sure, we're just going to do the block over here, .get. That's fine. And you can see we don't need to call the save because that's done instead of here because this calls the slab builder and it calls the save method and all that on its own, which is one of the reasons why you can just call the slab method. But there is no stair method, right? Like there's no stair method. You have to use the stair builder. I don't know why this is the case. I don't know why some of them have methods, some of them don't. We'll see a couple more examples of those in the coming tutorials as well. But there we go. That's going to be the recipes created. Absolutely fantastic. So now we are just left with the translation over here. Luckily, though, it's pretty straightforward. And the textures, none are needed because the textures for both the slabs as well as the stairs are taken, and that is exactly right, from the family of the block, which is in this case the azurite block right here. So we don't need to add textures for these at all, which is, in my opinion, pretty freaking cool. But we, of course, still need to run the data gen. So let's do that. And then, yeah, I'm going to show you the block stage JSON file for those because you're going to say, what the actual frick? So the slab here is not too bad, right? It's just, hey, do we put this down on the bottom, the top, or is it a double one? Fairly straightforward, nothing too crazy. Well, what do you think is going to be the stair? Well, let's just say, it's a bit more complicated, but only a little bit. You know, it's only slightly. No, we're not done yet. No, it has a little bit more. It's a little bit more. It's over 200 lines. It's over 200 lines. Because we have to have different ones if it's facing north, south, east, west, if it is placed on the top or the bottom, if it is a shape straight, if it has an outer, like an outer corner right, outer corner left, is it an inner corner left, inner corner right? All of those different variants over here have to be manually-ish, basically put down. And that is why, in my opinion, this line right here, no, not this one, this line right here, basically writing that 200 freaking line JSON file, incredibly amazing. And this is when you have like 20 different stairs or anything like that, going through and, you know, making sure, okay, we have to replace this. Ridiculous. This is why DataGen is and will stay the goated option for anything that's a little bit more complicated than just adding like 5 blocks, basically. But regardless of that, let's jump into the game. Yes, we've added it to the creative mode tab, so let's jump into the game and see if it works. All right, Francis, back in Minecraft, and look at that. Both the slabs as well as the stairs have been successfully added, and you can see I can set them down in, well, whatever sort of way that I would like them to be set down. Let's also get ourselves a pickaxe over here, just test it out. You can see this is going to drop one of them, and this is going to drop 2 of them, because that's exactly why we've basically called that particular method. And you can see here are the stairs, and they look absolutely freaking fantastic, if I do say so myself. I mean, I didn't make the texture, but they still do look great. So there we go. And just like that, we got ourselves some stairs. I would say that is pretty freaking cool. And those are stairs and slabs added to Minecraft. Awesome, man. Awesome. And that's the first of the non-block blocks done. Remember, you can get 2 weeks of early access to the tutorials when you become a Stonebrick supporter on the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and next time we'll continue with, of course, buttons and pressure plates. Until then, so, yeah.